Yeah, I mean, I think that there's like, I always think it's really wonderful because I'm so isolated, so I'm like in the middle of nowhere. But I, of course, read popular polyamory blogs and articles and things like that. And I think that there's a really great set of voices that are really talking about, like, you know, the sort of stereotypical thing that it's like it's a white upper middle class type thing and swinging. And but we're saying things like, you know, like, yeah, like we're diverse and there's different bodies, and also the class thing, because like getting into polyamory and kink, you know, being poor and like, you know, working poor most of my life is definitely a thing, because you know, going to some of these spaces, you definitely kind of realize that there kind of is like a class break between these things. So I think that accessibility of just information and more articles and things like that, even though a lot of the mainstream articles are super sensationalized, which I don't like, but I do like that we have a pretty small but mighty voices of poly people and in open relationships that are talking about it. And I also think that it's good that, like, there's not much of I always thought that I would kind of get a backlash for being like, well, I'm in an open relationship, you know, instead of always labeling it as polyamorous. But people have actually been very cool with that and letting people define it for what they want to define it as, which I think is great. Yeah. So I like that a lot. Yeah. So, you know, I'm coming from my own perspective of just kind of being very isolated and doing my own thing. So I am kind of disconnected from the bigger poly world. So I'm sure there's issues and problems and stuff like that. But, you know, right now I'm just kind of floating around and I like it.